From Bacchus Marsh Grammar, Kieren McKenzie, thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges, timekeepers, and of course my fellow contestants. My name is Kieren McKenzie and I'm a Year 10 student at Bacchus Marsh Grammar. And this evening, I have chosen to speak about an Australian icon. I'm sure many people, when they hear the words Australian and icon put together, may think of the likes of Qantas, the Don, Peter Brock, Sir Jack Brabham, Dawn Fraser, both the dames, Nellie Melba and Edna Everage, Bert Newton, Ned Kelly, possibly even Kath and Kim. Look at me. But what is an icon? An icon is a person or thing regarded as a representative symbol worthy of veneration. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the Australian icon I have chosen to speak about this evening is none other than Vegemite. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's embark on a journey to celebrate this much-loved black muck many of us have been raised on. The Vegemite brand has a history spanning over 90 years. The birth of this much-loved substance was in 1922, where the Fred Walker Company, which later became Kraft Foods, hired a young chemist by the name of Cyril Callister to develop a spread made from one of the richest known natural resources in the vitamin B group, yeast extract. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, leave it up to an Australian to make something left over from beer. The company had an ingenious plan to allow the public to name the spread. A random name was chosen literally out of a hat, which contained 8 of the best suggestions, of course, Vegemite being the winner. By 1923, Vegemite had graced the shelves of supermarkets Australia-wide, with the slogan, delicious on sandwiches and toast, and improving the flavours of stews, soups and gravies. Unfortunately, this wasn't enough, and the sales of Vegemite were less than impressive. The reality was that Marmite, a thick, dark English spread, was already dominating the Australian market. Australians were reluctant to even try this new locally made spread. This caused much concern at the Fred Walker Company, when in 1928, the name was changed to Par Will. The idea behind this name change was simple, to match the sales of Marmite. Using the rebranding strategy, if Marmite, then Par Will. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I had a quick chuckle to myself as well. But the reality was that this also did not work. By 1942, exactly 20 years after it was first developed, Vegemite had become a staple food in every Australian home and pantry. So much that during World War II, the armed forces were buying Vegemite literally by the bucket load. This was because of the product's nutritional value. Of course, we know Vegemite is high in vitamin B. It had to be rationed out on a per capita basis all throughout Australia, simply to meet the demand. Vegemite is still sent over today with our Australian armed forces whilst out of the country or on duty. Ladies and gentlemen, we Australians love Vegemite. It's part of our national identity. But why? It's really just this acquired taste. Many people have stated that you need to grow up with Vegemite in order to love it. I couldn't agree with this more, as whilst on a recent exchange trip to France, I was able to take some Vegemite to give to my host family. I put the smallest amount on toast and gave it to my host brother, and he spat it back out. That's a waste of perfectly good Vegemite. After seeing this, one of the family members refused to try it. Obviously, my argument that I tried snails, so you have to try Vegemite, didn't cut it. It really astounded me though, how what one person can perceive as disgusting can be loved by all, if not most, back in Australia. In 2010, on a trip to the United States of America, former Prime Minister Julia Gillard gave Vegemite to the American President Barack Obama, to which his response when asked about it was, "There's no other way to say this, it's horrible." Apparently us Australians love the stuff, and it's true. As recent studies have shown, there is at least 1 jar of Vegemite in every 9 out of 10 Australian homes. We love the stuff. But who could possibly anticipate back in 1922 that there would be songs which feature the word Vegemite. A high-profile song called Down Under by the Australian band Men at Work is one song which features the icon. It makes an appearance in the second verse. It goes like this. Buying bread from a man in Brussels, he was 6'4" and full of muscles. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, I might just stop there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost time for me to finish. But before I do, could I ask all those willing to raise their right hand? Hold it over their heart and recite with me what could one day be our Australian national anthem. We're happy little Vegemites, as bright can be. We all enjoy our Vegemites for breakfast, lunch and tea. Our mummies say we're growing stronger every single week because we love our Vegemite. We all adore our Vegemite. It puts a rose in every cheek. How do you like your Vegemite?